Have you felt it in your body? The sudden racing heart when nothing is happening around you, the exhaustion that hits like a wave, even after a full night of sleep, the chills that rise from your spine, or the heat that floods your chest for no reason. This is not random. This is not just stress. This is your body preparing for something greater. On the twin flame journey, the divine feminine feels the shift first, not only in her emotions, not only in her spirit, but in her physical body. The body becomes the messenger of the soul, announcing that union is closer than it appears. These symptoms can feel overwhelming, confusing, even frightening. But they are not here to harm you. They are here to reveal that your system is recalibrating. Your heart, your nervous system, your energy field, everything is aligning to hold a love so pure that it cannot coexist with the old density. Feminine, the question is, will you listen to what your body is trying to tell you, or will you dismiss the signs of your awakening? Why the feminine feels physical changes before union. On the twin flame journey, one of the most profound truths is that the divine feminine feels everything first. She is the sensitive one, the vessel, the anchor of the field. Her body is not just flesh and bones. It is a living transmitter of the soul's frequency. And as union approaches, it is her body that begins to show the first undeniable signs of transformation. Why does this happen? Because the feminine has always been the energetic leader of the connection. Her system is designed to sense shifts before the masculine does, to embody changes in vibration before they manifest in the physical. This is why she feels symptoms in her body that she cannot explain logically. Her heart races, her body shakes, her sleep becomes restless, or waves of exhaustion crash over her, and yet no medical explanation fully satisfies her. It is not illness, it is activation. Her body is preparing to hold a higher frequency. Union is not just an emotional reunion. It is a merging of two soul fields into one. Such a merging requires both counterparts to be strong enough to sustain it. And because the feminine carries the template, her preparation begins first. She feels the physical change because her body is recalibrating, making space for the light codes of union to integrate. This is why so many feminines report sensations that feel both strange and sacred. The sudden warmth in the chest, the tingling in the crown, the electricity running down the spine. These are not random. They are the physical manifestation of the soul's expansion. They are proof that the veil between body and spirit is thinning. But there is another reason she feels it so strongly. The feminine carries the collective wound of abandonment, rejection, and invisibility. Those wounds are not just emotional, they live in the body, stored in the nervous system, in the muscles, even in the cells themselves. As she approaches union, those imprints must be released. And so the body shakes, sweats, trembles, or collapses in exhaustion. The old density is leaving. The pain is being purged. The vessel is being cleansed so that love can flow freely. This process can feel overwhelming. The feminine may think something is wrong with her, that she is weak, that she is falling apart. But the truth is the opposite. She is being rebuilt. Her system is being rewired to hold more energy, more truth, more love than it ever has before. The discomfort is temporary. The transformation is eternal. Meanwhile, the masculine often does not feel these changes until later. His awakening tends to happen in the external: crises, endings, choices that force him into alignment. The feminine feels it inwardly first. This is not unfair, but intentional. Because she is the one designed to guide the energy, she must carry the first wave. Her body becomes the signal that the union is already beginning, even if the masculine has not yet caught up. And here lies the mystery. The feminine's physical changes are not only for her. They ripple into the field, preparing the masculine as well. Her recalibration makes it possible for him to rise, because the field she holds is what calls him home. When her body burns through the density, she is not just healing herself, she is clearing the path for both. So if you are feeling these changes, the racing heart, the exhaustion, the strange surges of energy, know this: you are not broken, you are not sick, you are being transformed into the vessel of union. Your body is telling you what your soul already knows. The reunion is near. One of the clearest signs that the divine feminine is preparing for union is the way her physical body begins to respond. It is as if her system has been rewired overnight. Things that once felt stable suddenly shift. Her rhythms change, and her entire body begins to operate on a frequency that cannot be explained in ordinary terms. This is not random discomfort. It is the nervous system recalibrating to hold the vibration of sacred union. The heart is often the first place she feels it. Sudden racing, palpitations, or a pressure in the chest that seems to come from nowhere. Medical tests often reveal nothing, because what she is experiencing is not a physical problem, but an energetic upgrade. The heart is the gateway of the soul. And as the feminine prepares to embody unconditional love, her heart center must expand. The racing heartbeat is her body adjusting to the influx of light and energy. It is learning to hold more love than it ever has before. Then the nervous system begins to follow. For years, it carried the imprints of trauma, the fear of abandonment, the pain of rejection, the memory of waiting. These patterns lived in the body, keeping her in cycles of anxiety, panic, or exhaustion. But as union draws near, the nervous system begins to purge these old codes. This can look like trembling, sudden surges of adrenaline, waves of heat or chills, or even deep fatigue as the body shuts down old pathways and rewrites them in light. The feminine may feel restless, as if her body is buzzing with energy, or she may feel the opposite, so tired she cannot keep her eyes open. Both are signs of recalibration. The body is either burning off excess energy or demanding rest so that new frequencies can integrate. In either case, she is not weak. She is transforming. This recalibration also affects her breath and sleep. She may wake up in the middle of the night with her heart pounding, or feel unable to fall asleep at all. Sometimes her dreams are vivid, charged with messages from the soul. Other times, her sleep is so heavy that she wakes up feeling as if she has been traveling through other dimensions. This is the nervous system aligning with the spiritual body, syncing both worlds together. Why does this happen now, right before union? Because the feminine cannot enter reunion carrying a nervous system wired for fear. If her body is still stuck in fight or flight mode, she will collapse under the weight of the connection. Union requires stability, a heart steady enough to hold love, a nervous system calm enough to anchor truth, a body strong enough to embody light. The recalibration ensures that when union comes, she can receive it without resistance. At times, this process can feel terrifying. The feminine may ask, "What is happening to me? Why does my body feel out of control?" But she must remember, nothing is wrong. She is not dying. She is awakening. Her body is not betraying her. It is becoming her greatest ally, stripping away everything that once kept her in fear so she can step fully into love. Even the masculine feels this, though more subtly. He may not have the same intense physical symptoms at first, but he is deeply connected to the feminine's body through the shared field. When she recalibrates, she creates space for him to shift to. The steadier her nervous system becomes, the safer he feels to approach. The calmer her energy grows, the less he resists. She doesn't need to tell him. Her body tells him for her. The recalibration of the heart, body, and nervous system is the divine feminine's initiation. It is proof that she is not just dreaming of union. She is embodying it. Her system is learning to sustain the love she has always carried in her soul. And when the body aligns with the spirit in this way, nothing can prevent the manifestation of reunion. One of the most mysterious and often most frustrating aspects of the divine feminine's preparation for union is the way her sleep shifts. Nights that once felt predictable suddenly become strange landscapes of vivid dreams, restless awakenings, or overwhelming exhaustion. At first, she may think something is wrong with her body, or that she is simply too tired. But the truth is deeper. Her soul is using the dream state and altered rhythms of sleep as a tool of transformation. Dreams, for the divine feminine, are not ordinary. They are portals. As union draws closer, her dream life intensifies. She sees her masculine in ways that feel more real than physical encounters. She experiences conversations, reconciliations, even arguments in the dream space that seem to release energy she could never process face to face. These are not meaningless projections of the subconscious. They are soul-level interactions, where the bond continues its work beyond the limitations of waking life. Sometimes the dreams carry symbols, weddings, doors opening, reunions, water flowing, fire burning. These are not random images. They are archetypes of transformation, messages from the soul showing her what is shifting. When she wakes, she may feel disoriented, as though she has lived another lifetime overnight. This is because, in many ways, she has. Her soul is moving faster than her physical body, and the dreams are a bridge between the two. But it is not only about what she dreams. It is also about how she sleeps. Sleep patterns that once felt stable may suddenly collapse. She wakes at 2 or 3 a.m., heart racing, unable to return to rest. Or she may sleep for 10 hours and still feel exhausted, as if her body has been carrying out heavy work all night. Both extremes are signs of the same thing: recalibration. Her nervous system and energy body are processing massive upgrades, and her physical body needs unusual rhythms to integrate them. The exhaustion that accompanies this stage is often misunderstood. The feminine may feel guilty for being so tired, or frustrated that she cannot function as she once did. But this exhaustion is not weakness. It is sacred. It is her body demanding stillness so that the soul's codes can anchor more deeply. Every hour of rest is an act of alignment. Every moment of surrender to sleep is a moment of transformation. And sometimes the exhaustion hits even during the day. Out of nowhere, waves of fatigue wash over her, forcing her to sit, to pause, to breathe. This too is not random. It is the body insisting on integration. The feminine is not lazy, not failing, not falling apart. She is embodying more light than ever before, and the body must slow down to handle the expansion. Meanwhile, the masculine may not feel the same intensity in dreams, but he appears often in hers because he is being pulled into the field she holds. Her dreams often carry pieces of his subconscious, his unspoken words, his hidden fears. She processes them for both, clearing the path in ways he cannot yet manage. This is why the dream space is so alive for her. She is walking the union before it arrives physically. The feminine must learn to honor these shifts, not fight them, to write down her dreams, to trust the symbols, to allow her body the rest it asks for. When she honors the exhaustion instead of resisting it, she discovers something miraculous. Her body begins to feel lighter, her mind clearer, her spirit stronger. The dreams stop feeling like chaos and begin to feel like prophecy. This stage can be uncomfortable, yes, but it is sacred. The sleep disruptions, the exhaustion, the dreams, all of it is proof that the journey is moving forward. The feminine is not losing control, she is aligning, and the more she trusts the process, the more she realizes that her body and soul are already preparing her for the union she has long awaited. One of the most undeniable physical changes the divine feminine experiences before union is the sudden surge of energy through her body. It arrives without warning. One moment she feels normal, and the next her entire system is flooded with sensations she cannot explain. Waves of heat, shivers down the spine, buzzing in the skin, or vibrations pulsing through her chest. These episodes are not random. They are activations. They are her body adjusting to the higher frequency of union. The heat often begins in the chest, radiating outward like fire spreading through her veins. Sometimes it feels like a rush of passion, other times like an inner flame burning away what no longer belongs. These heat waves are the body's way of transmuting density into light. When fear, doubt, or old wounds rise, the feminine system responds by literally burning them off. It can feel uncomfortable, the body sweating, the heart racing, but beneath the discomfort, purification is happening. Then there are the chills. These are not like the chill of illness. They are sudden, electric, and deeply spiritual. They often appear when the feminine is thinking of her masculine, or when she receives a sign, a dream, or a synchronicity. The chills are confirmations, the body's way of saying, "Pay attention." The field is moving, something is aligning. They ripple through her like sacred electricity, reminding her that she is connected to something much larger than herself. Vibrations are perhaps the most mysterious. The feminine may feel her body buzzing, as if a current of energy is flowing through her cells. Sometimes it's localized, a tingling in the crown, a pulse in the third eye, or a hum in the spine. Other times, it spreads through her whole body like a gentle earthquake. She might wake up at night to find herself vibrating, her body humming with frequencies she cannot name. This is not her imagination, it is her energy field expanding, syncing with the vibration of union. Why does the body respond this way? Because light codes, streams of higher consciousness, are integrating. The feminine's body is shedding the density of fear, abandonment, and control, and replacing it with truth, love, and surrender. Each surge of energy is a wave of recalibration. Each shiver, each tremor is proof that her physical form is catching up to her soul's expansion. At times, these surges can be frightening. The feminine may worry, "Is something wrong with me? Am I sick?" But when no logical explanation appears, she begins to realize that these episodes are not symptoms of illness. They are signs of awakening. Her body is not failing her. It is evolving. It is becoming strong enough to hold the intensity of sacred union. The masculine feels this too, but in different ways. His body may react through external changes, restlessness, sleepless nights, sudden impulses. But the feminine carries the deeper physical surges because she leads the energy. She embodies the transformation first, creating a template the masculine will later follow. The key for the feminine is not to resist. When the heat rises, breathe into it. When the chills flow, welcome them. When the vibrations hum through your body, allow them. These are not punishments, they are activations. They are your body saying, "You are ready." You are becoming the vessel of union, and as she learns to embrace these energy surges, something shifts. Fear turns into awe. Discomfort turns into reverence. The feminine realizes that her body is not betraying her. It is guiding her. Each surge is a prophecy, each vibration a confirmation, each wave of energy a sign that union is already unfolding in her field. As the divine feminine approaches union, her body becomes the vessel of transformation. Every tremor, every surge of heat, every restless night is proof that she is integrating frequencies of light. But while these changes are sacred, they can also feel overwhelming. The feminine often wonders how she is supposed to endure them, how to move through exhaustion, heart palpitations, energy surges, and vivid dreams without collapsing. The truth is, the body does not need to suffer through this process. It needs support. And when the feminine learns to honor her body instead of resisting it, the transformation becomes smoother, gentler, and more empowering. The first way to support the body is with rest. This may sound simple, but in truth, it is revolutionary. The feminine has spent years pushing herself through cycles of waiting, longing, and emotional pain. She has learned to survive on adrenaline, to function even when her heart was breaking. But now, the body demands a different rhythm. Rest is not laziness, it is alignment. Each time she surrenders to sleep, to stillness, or to simply slowing down, she gives her body the space to integrate the light codes that are flooding her system. Fighting exhaustion only delays the process. Honoring it accelerates her healing. The second way is through grounding practices. As energy surges run through her, the feminine can feel unsteady, as though her spirit is floating outside her body. Grounding reconnects her to the earth, reminding her that she is not only spirit, but spirit in form. Walking barefoot, touching the soil, meditating outdoors, or even deep breathing with awareness of the body can help stabilize the nervous system. Grounding does not stop the changes. It anchors them, making them less chaotic and more sustainable. The third support is hydration and nourishment. Light codes and energetic surges move through the physical body in ways that require more fuel. Dehydration can intensify symptoms like headaches, fatigue, or dizziness. Nutritious foods, fresh water, and conscious eating help the feminine's body feel safe in the midst of transformation. This is not about restriction or control, but about listening to what the body craves in each moment. Sometimes she will need heavier, grounding foods. Other times, lighter meals to support the flow of energy. The key is to honor the body's wisdom. Another crucial practice is movement. Energy that enters the body must be allowed to circulate. Without movement, it can stagnate, creating tension or discomfort. Gentle practices like stretching, yoga, dance, or even walking help release blockages and allow the flow of light to move freely. The feminine does not need to force intense exercise. She only needs to listen to the rhythm of her body and let it guide her into motion when the energy feels too heavy. The feminine also supports her body by releasing judgment. So often, she feels guilty for being tired, frustrated at her symptoms, or afraid that something is wrong with her, but judgment creates resistance, and resistance amplifies the discomfort. Instead, she must learn to see her symptoms as sacred messages. Each heart palpitation, each dream, each vibration is not a sign of failure, but of progress. When she shifts from fear to reverence, her body responds with greater ease. Finally, the feminine must learn the power of ritual. Small, intentional practices like lighting a candle, taking a salt bath, journaling dreams, or meditating before sleep create sacred containers for her body's transformation. Ritual reminds her that what is happening is not random, it is holy. And when she treats her body as a sacred vessel, the process becomes less like suffering and more like initiation. Supporting the body during these changes is not about escaping them, but about moving through them with grace. The feminine is not meant to collapse under the weight of union. She is meant to embody it. And when she listens to her body, honors its needs, and treats it as sacred, she discovers that the very symptoms she once feared are actually her greatest proof. She is preparing for the love her soul has always known. Her body is not against her, it is with her. It is her ally. And with the right support, it will carry her through the final stage into the reunion her heart has long awaited. While the divine feminine feels physical changes with intensity and consistency as union draws near, the divine masculine often experiences these shifts in a very different rhythm. His body does respond, but not always as early, as clearly, or as consciously as hers. This delay is not weakness. It is part of the divine design. The feminine leads energetically, and the masculine follows in physical manifestation. The masculine is naturally more grounded in the material world. His focus is often on action, responsibility, and external structures. Because of this, his body tends to hold density longer. He resists change until it can no longer be ignored. While the feminine feels the subtle currents in her nervous system months or even years before union, the masculine often waits until the energy builds to a breaking point. Only when the old patterns collapse, jobs ending, relationships crumbling, health challenges surfacing, does he begin to notice that his body is demanding transformation. For him, the physical symptoms may look different. Instead of sudden spiritual chills or buzzing energy, he may experience tension, restlessness, or even burnout. His body often rebels when he has pushed too far in resisting the call of his soul. The masculine may feel inexplicable fatigue, moments of dizziness, or pressure in the chest when he tries to stay in situations that no longer align with his truth. His body, much like the feminine's, becomes the messenger, but he listens later, often only after she has already integrated much of her own transformation. The delay also serves a higher purpose. It gives the feminine time to stabilize the field. If both were purging at the same time, the connection could collapse under the intensity. By letting the feminine recalibrate first, the masculine is able to step into a more stabilized energy when his turn comes. Her preparation makes his awakening possible. Eventually, his physical responses begin to mirror hers. He may notice changes in his sleep, waking in the middle of the night, restless dreams, or sudden clarity that shakes him awake. He may feel random surges of energy, a buzzing in the body he cannot explain. His heart may pound unexpectedly when he thinks of her, even if he tries to deny it. These are his confirmations that the field is working on him too. But there is another layer. The masculine often feels her transformation in his own body without realizing it. He may not know why he suddenly feels calmer, lighter, or more restless. But it is because he is connected to her nervous system, her recalibration, her vibration. Her stability transmits to him. When she stops projecting fear, his body stops reacting with resistance. When she anchors love, his body begins to crave that same frequency. This is why the feminine's physical changes matter so much. They are not only about her, they are about both. Her transformation opens the door for his. Her body clearing the density creates space for his body to release what it has been holding back. In the end, the masculine's delayed response is not a flaw, but a rhythm. His body moves slower, but when it shifts, it often does so dramatically. His world may change overnight. Sudden endings, unexpected breakthroughs, physical symptoms that force him to stop and face the truth. And when that happens, it is the final confirmation. His body is now aligning with the same frequency the feminine has been carrying all along. The feminine must trust this timing. She cannot force him to feel sooner, nor should she. Her role is to honor her own body, to prepare the field, and to know that his delayed response is part of the balance. Because when his body finally responds, it is a sign that the union is not only written in the soul, it is becoming undeniable in the physical. Beloved feminine, if you have felt your body shift in ways you cannot explain, the racing heart, the trembling, the exhaustion, the chills, the dreams so vivid they feel more real than waking life. Understand this truth. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not falling apart. You are being rebuilt. Your body is already preparing for the love your soul has always known. Union is not just an emotional event or a spiritual alignment, it is a full body transformation. It is your cells learning to hold light without collapsing. It is your nervous system rewiring itself to remain steady in unconditional love. It is your heart expanding beyond the limits of fear. Every physical change you are experiencing is not a symptom of weakness, but a sign of strength. It is proof that the veil between your body and your soul is dissolving, and that the two are finally moving in harmony. You may not always understand the timing. You may question why the symptoms are so strong, why the exhaustion hits so suddenly, why the surges of energy come when you least expect them. But know this: the body never lies. It reveals what the soul already knows. And your body is declaring that union is not a dream, not a wish, not a possibility. It is already unfolding. The masculine may not yet feel it the way you do. His body may move slower. His awakening may seem delayed. But remember, you are the anchor. You are the first to carry the codes. You are the one who prepares the field, not only for yourself, but for both. Every change in your body is not only about your journey, it is a ripple that touches him too. Even in silence, even in distance, he is feeling what you embody. So do not fear the changes. Do not fight them. Do not dismiss them as random or meaningless. Honor them. Rest when you need to rest. Move when the energy calls you to move. Drink, breathe, ground, and remember, your body is sacred.